Welcome to the channel. I'm Tony the Technician, and today we're going to be going into a long-term review of all of my Fujiya pliers. I have, I don't know, maybe 6 pairs of Fujiya pliers, which is a brand from Japan. They do have pliers not made in Japan, but I think almost either all of them or almost all of mine are Fujiya pliers made in Japan. And I'm just going to kind of quickly share with you guys the specs, features, and pricing of them. And keep in mind that some of them do fluctuate quite a bit on Amazon. All of the Japan tools that I own have always been really high quality and really clean finishes. So when I can find a Japan-made tool that can be useful and at an affordable price, I always like to share it. So Fujiya is one of those brands that I've really enjoyed. We'll get into the ones that I use on a regular basis and the ones that, you know, don't get as much use but are still really nice. But we'll get into my thoughts on each one of them, and I really hope you guys enjoy. If you guys do, please make sure to smash that thumbs up. I will try to have all of these linked down in the description for you guys if you guys are interested in them. And if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Let's go ahead and get into this. I believe I've had these for at least 5 years, some of them maybe a little bit longer. And I have a few different variations. I think we got 6 or 7 different pairs to go over. We're not going to go super in depth. I do believe I have individual reviews on each one of these items, but keep in mind another option for really good Japan pliers is Sonoda. I have a couple pairs of pliers from them. Some that are offered from Fujiya are the same as Sonoda, which I'll share one that I have here that is actually cheaper from Sonoda than it is from Fujiya. But once again, the price does fluctuate quite a bit. If it's a little spendy right now, check back a little later and the pricing might be much better, but I'm going to kind of give you a rough pricing. So the first up is my set of the yellow long nose pliers made in Japan, part number 350H-150. That's for the size. And this specific set has a dipped handle with kind of a texture, I don't know what you want to call that, almost like a dry earth. I don't know. I'm just trying to be creative. But Fujiya makes fantastic pliers. Japan tools, everything that I own, the fit and finish is amazing. And not only is the fit and finish amazing, but they hold up well. A couple of these I actually use in my work truck, and just the steel that they use resists corrosion and rust a lot better than some of the other tools that I have that tend to get surface rust pretty easily. But not only do they resist corrosion and rust, but they just hold up really well. Now, with long nose pliers like this, it's very light duty use that I'm using it for, usually prying or pulling wire. But this specific design has some fine teeth up front, moves into a flat jaw before a straight cutter, and you can just see the fit and finish on there. It's extremely clean. And I use this cutter a decent amount. Usually, you know, long nose pliers aren't my go-to for cutting things, and they work just fine. I don't cut anything, you know, crazy with it. This is just some thinner galvanized steel. Cuts it very easily. Maybe possibly some wire. Cuts that very easily as well. But overall, the handles are comfortable, nice and thin, low profile. It hasn't had any issues rotating or anything like that coming off. And this one specifically is just used here at the house, but a fantastic set of long nose pliers from Fujiya. This one I have used at work quite a bit, and I really like this one, but it's not a pair that I use all the time just because it is a multi-use set of pliers, and when you're doing a specific job, sometimes those extra features can just kind of get in the way. Like when I'm really trying to pull something, if this is what I have on hand, yes, I'll use it, but if I have another option, you know, I'll grab a set of slip joints or something like that, because sometimes when pulling things, these just kind of tend to get in the way. But I do really like this design and all of the features that it has. There you can see GMR-150S made in Japan. This one has a slightly larger handle design, not the dip style. Haven't had any issues with the handles coming off or anything like that. They're really grippy, rubberized material. You got like a little lanyard hole here, but there you can just kind of see the design of the handles. Once again, fit and finish, amazing. As far as the features, you can see the fine teeth that run from the nose all the way into the smaller open jaw. I really like that smaller open jaw. Small fasteners, things like that. You got slightly larger teeth that will help you bite. Really, really good at pulling. Then you have a wire splitter as well. Things like speaker wire and things like that help you split those. Then you actually have I don't tend to use this part, but the wire crimper does have a crimper on there. Then you move into the cutting blade, which actually has a wire stripper built in, probably for smaller wire, 20, 22 gauge wire, whatnot. But just as an example, this is all I have over here. This is 14 gauge wire. I'm sure I can still make it work instead of just cutting all the way through. Just kind of give her a little love and rotate. Try to prevent cutting any of the stranded wires. And ka-chow. So if I had to, in a pinch, I could still use this for slightly larger gauge wires, but obviously it's designed for your smaller gauge wire, probably around 20, 22, something like that. But then you still have the cutter. Now the downside to this is when you're just going to use the cutter and you throw something like this in there, sometimes I just throw it in and it's right where the stripping portion is, and sometimes that can just be annoying. But overall, the cutter, the stripper, all of that works really well, but that's not what I tend to use this set of pliers for. But if you're looking for a good set of multi-use long nose pliers, this is definitely a fantastic option. I did forget to mention pricing. As far as this first set, it's spendy sometimes. It can be upwards of $55. Sometimes you can find it $30 and below. So once again, that price fluctuates quite a bit on those. Some of the pliers will stay steady for the most part, but a lot of them fluctuate quite a bit. This orange pair run between 21 and 27 on a regular basis. Next up, we're looking at the large flush cuts. This is my largest set of flush cuts, and these things are fantastic. Large zip tie, massive zip ties, fantastic. In the review of these, I cut plastic hangers, larger plastic items. This is going to be fantastic for. Some stranded rope, no problem. Flush cuts are what 100% of the time when I'm using them are for zip ties and actually cutting them flush with the end, so you don't cut yourself reaching down in an area. It's not like using diagonal cutters where you leave a tail on there and then you stick your arm down in there working on something and now you're angry. These cut very well, very easy, and it's a nice large set, so whatever you're working on, this is going to work well for it. Now, once again, this is not made for solid hard wires or anything like that. It will damage them. It's not designed like a diagonal side cutter. The teeth are much more fine and sharp, but this is the 90 AS-200. Very, very clean. Standard dipped handles, smooth grip, great set of flush cuts. These run about $26, so priced actually pretty dang good for this size of flush cuts. If you're not needing something that large, these are my favorites. These are the Fujiya 90 CS-125. They are spring loaded, so I just keep a zip tie on them for in the drawer. But this specific design has a built-in catcher. I have a full review video on this as well. So when you're going to cut a zip tie and you're working somewhere you don't want a bunch of zip tie clippings, you just clip it and that catcher holds onto it. There are a couple other brands out there that sell something similar to this now. I think Sonoda has a pair, and it's got like some vinyl or plastic like pieces screwed into the back of the blades that catch it. I really like this design. I've had this for many years and it has been fantastic. So if you're looking for more of your standard size, son of a gun, I was cutting the wrong zip tie. This doesn't fit here anymore. I mean, I guess it does, but gosh dang it. This is the one that I was supposed to be cutting. I was wondering why I wasn't hearing the zip tie teeth. I like how I'm clipping it with the holder and then I'm throwing the zip tie pieces. Whatever. This will do. So yeah, this one will fluctuate around $32. So a little bit more expensive, but by far my favorite flush cuts. Next up are Fujiya's slim slip joint pliers, and they have a few different variations of this, but this is made for your lighter duty use, not extreme duty. These are lightweight, thin, and they also have like thin jaw ones. I mean, I really like this design. I think this is really cool, and it works really, really well. So this is part of their Kurakin lineup. Some of their Kurakin lineup is not made in Japan. I had a set of kind of like the Pliers wrench from them, but it had like this almost chalkboard feeling black coating on it. I didn't even want to hold them, like it bothered me that much, so I got rid of them. Not that there was anything wrong with the quality or anything like that, but since I already have Knipex Pliers wrench and the Capri ones, I didn't need them. I'm getting off topic. So here are the slim or lightweight slip joint pliers, also made in Japan, 230-165-BG. Standard dipped handles with kind of that grit finish. Feels really good in the hand. Very, very light pliers. The slip joint works extremely well. I like the design there and the color combo. The teeth, you have some fine teeth up front, and then you have larger dual opposing teeth there in the open jaw, which actually creates a really good bite when working with fasteners. I really like the dual opposing teeth. And then you also have a shear cutter at the bottom. We'll see if it can shear cut this galvanized steel. Yeah, no problem. So once again, light duty use, but a fantastic set of light slip joint pliers. These are a great EEC as well. Those slim slip joint pliers are going to run around $26. Next up, we're looking at the Fujiya diagonal side cutters. Now they have multiple different variations, just like all of these, there's different variations. They have tons of different variations of these. This one specifically has a built-in crimper underneath the joint. There you can see that. Kind of more of a comfort grip style handle, but not overly bulky. These I'm okay with, not overly bulky, just slightly larger than your standard dipped handles. It's kind of got a diamond pattern here, or some almost like knurling. Then it says Fujiya. Kind of got like a black oxide coating on there. And these jaws are holding up really well. Now these I will use to cut larger items, obviously larger than this, but this is just an example. It cuts it like butter. Same thing with wire. They make some great diagonal side cutters. There are some brands out there that make fantastic pliers, but lack when it comes to a cutting edge. And I've found that the Fujiya stuff, not just the diagonal cutters, but other design cutters with sharper ends also work and hold up really well. So that is the 700-175. And these side cutters are going to run around $35 to $50. So they fluctuate quite a bit. But once again, they have a lot of different variations. So you may be able to find just your standard diagonal side cutters without the crimper portion, because honestly, that's not something I really use on these. I don't even think I knew about this. I didn't see this when I bought them online. So they do have some without that. And then the pair that I don't use all that often, but are definitely probably the nicest Lineman pliers that I have. Lineman pliers are just kind of my least used type of pliers. It's just kind of the type of work I do and the type of pliers that I prefer. I just don't go for them as much. My father, he's a lineman, uses them pretty often. I have channel lock as well as gear wrench. None of them hardly ever get used. I keep them on hand because just in case I do need them, but you know, that's just my excuse for buying some of these tools, because I really like these. I love the design. These are extremely high quality. Kind of got your black oxide coating on the outside edges, kind of your more comfort grip design, some loopholes at the base. Once again, kind of that diamond texture knurling in the handles. This is their Zero Black lineup. And this has like a diamond I can't remember what they call it, like their diamond cutter or something like that, but you can see the cutter works extremely well, and they are sharp. I don't think it's like a knife and anvil style. I think they're kind of more like two knife edges. Cut really, really easy. And then as far as the jaws, you have some fine teeth up front, and then a small portion for an open jaw. But that fit and finish is really clean. And then at the base, you also have a crimping portion. These are the Fujiya 3300N-200, and this set runs around $39. So I would say these get used the least, then probably these, and then I use my flush cuts all the time. I use these at work on a pretty regular basis, and I used these at work for a while, and then I threw the Sonota triple slip joint in to try those out for a while, and I'm really enjoying both. But that is a look at the long-term review of my Fujiya pliers. If you guys have any questions on any of these, please feel free to drop a comment down below. I will try to have these linked down in the description for you guys, but also keep in mind Sonota is another fantastic option for Japan pliers. But if you guys haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.